Good evening. I'm Chris Thomas. Thanks for joining us. We start tonight with the battle over the controversial practice of conversion therapy. The goal is to change a person's sexual orientation. They claim it can be done through counseling, hypnosis, and in some cases, shock treatment. Now, keep in mind, it's already illegal for children, but now some want it labeled as fraud. Supporters of conversion therapy are fighting back today, though, at the state capitol. ABC 10's Lilia Luciano has been listening to their stories all day, and she joins us now live. Lilia, bring us up to speed.
Hey, Chris. So today we heard a number of stories from people who call themselves formerly gay, men and women who say that they went through some kind of treatment, usually on the basis of religion, that changed them, that changed their sexual orientation. They call themselves a small majority, a small minority that needs protection, and that's why they're fighting against this bill. I want to show you, though, inside the hearing today, this was the longest ever public comment that I've seen in the California Capitol. There were hundreds of people. It went on for an entire hour, people opposing this bill. So clearly it wasn't a small minority, the people who came here today, but there are people who are saying that this is an infringement on their religious liberties. There are people who are saying this is an infringement on the First Amendment. The authors of the bill, however, are saying no, this is just a consumer protection because they consider that being gay is not something that you can change, that is something that's natural and that doesn't need any kind of correcting, and therefore a service that you have to pay for to change it is fraudulent. So the bill today passed 5-2 votes on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Now it's going to the Appropriations Committee and then to the Senate floor, where the people I'm talking to are saying it's most likely going to pass, going by what happened in the Assembly, where it passed by 50 votes or so. But I want to bring up a quick conversation that I had with a man who says that he is formerly gay. He's part of a group or a campaign, an initiative called Once Gay. He's a pastor, and this is what he had to say about the disappointment that the bill did pass.
I did not expect it to pass. I really thought that California legislators would understand that there's a super minority of people that have left homosexuality that want that choice to get the help that they want, and that they would recognize that people group, but sadly they didn't.
So I talked to a psychologist, to the former president of the American Psychiatric Association, and he said that, and this is something we're going to hear at 11, is that it not only doesn't work, but it's actually dangerous. When people go through these therapies, there have been survivors who have expressed and have gone through, he says, all kinds of trauma, suicidal episodes, depression, because basically the treatment is telling you that there's something wrong with you. And since it doesn't work, that they're saying it's your failure if you don't change your sexual orientation.
I know you'll have much more coming up for us tonight at 11 o'clock, but I just have a quick question for you. There was a large crowd that gathered. Do we know, were these local folks, were these people who had come from across the state, across the country? Do you have an idea?
I think they're mostly from California, but they're coming from all over California. I saw some people coming from down south. There was this big congregation or coalition of people who call themselves Once Gay. Two of the speakers today, who we'll hear from tonight, were survivors of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando, which today is the 2nd year anniversary of this. And they said that this experience changed them, brought them into their faith, and that they didn't say that they call themselves heterosexuals now, but basically they're no longer a part of the LGBTQ lifestyle. We'll hear from them, and we'll hear from the experts and the people who are involved in pushing this bill and calling gay conversion therapy fraudulent, if not harmful.
All right, Lilia Luciano reporting live for us tonight. Lilia, we thank you for that.